Someone clap. Hey everyone, and welcome back to our coding series in season 2 this time, the long anticipated season 2, continuing from our first season in which we coded a virtual bookshelf. And with you on the show today is, my name is Nils, and with me is Judith. Judith, how's it going?
Hello, good to be back. Season 2, very exciting.
Exciting stuff. Yeah, I think we jumped the gun on the announcement just a little bit because we thought we were going to go ahead and start with the season 2 right away. But sometimes good things take a while, and here we are, completely dedicated to our new show, and we have a little bit of, let's say, not a change in concept, but a continuation from what we did in season 1 and where we want to go with this in season 2. Judith, can you give us a little recap of our season 1 content?
Yes, absolutely. I'm gonna show you what we did. So, season 1, what we wanted to do, or what we did actually, was build a virtual bookshelf application. So the idea was really to build a super simple CRUD application, a single page application with React, where you can basically add books that you've read or that you want to read, and fetch them, update them, delete them. So like the typical CRUD stuff kind of. And yeah, we wanted to use React, and we wanted to kind of make it as easy and quick as possible and use some tools that make our lives a little bit easier. And I would say the 2 stars in that regard were Tailwind CSS for building out the UI super quickly, and then also SuperBase. So what you see here really is a full stack application connected to an actual database, a PostgreSQL database in SuperBase. So yeah, that's what we played around with a little bit, and now we have this little application. You can kind of look at the books, you can edit them. We built this little star rating component. I think that was one of the last stunts we performed in season 1, and something that made us really, really happy. So you can kind of interactively rate the book.
Why I was excited about this project when we started out was we're both web developers, right? And I think we're always stuck in projects where we work on user experience, where we build something for people to get whatever their job is done. So that's our definition of a job. And I always feel that disciplines are sort of merging into each other more and more in my job. So sometimes I start out on Figma to design something, and then I'm not really sure when this point comes. I'm not sure if there's a clear-cut definition, but there's always this point where I feel, and now Figma is being too sturdy or too not interactive enough, or I feel like it's becoming more of a blockade than a tool. And that's usually when I kind of have this urge to move into the browser. And before we met, like you and I, I always came up with Figma clickable prototypes and then left it at that. And only after having this, I moved over into the browser. And I think you got this idea in both our heads to go and build a prototype in the browser that can do a little bit more than a Figma click dummy. So like it has a database, for example, to store stuff and to have different states of your prototype going on with this. And so what we wanted to show with this is that it's easy to stick together a couple components and make something quickly that actually works in your browser, and has all of these flexible things going on, like responsive design and right? And even utilizing tools that you might use in production later on. And so for season 2, this is where we're sort of continuing, and with an idea that also you brought up. I think you're kind of the driving creative force of this show.
Yeah, I'm just like, whenever there's like a new tech stack or something, I get so excited about it and I want to try it out. So I think that's where this comes from. So season 1 was a React single page application. And I guess the alternative, which has been very popular lately to a single page application, is a server-side rendered application using something like Remix or NextJS. And then I think I saw at some point that Vercel started working together with SuperBase, and I think it's fair to say that we are both SuperBase fans by now. So obviously that got me very excited. And now in Vercel, you can basically create a full stack server-side rendered web application in NextJS, which is hosted on Vercel. It uses SuperBase, and I think it already comes with Tailwind CSS. So basically everything that we want to use, we can now have with one click. So that's of course super exciting.
Seriously?
So I think that's what we're gonna do, I think, in season 2. So we will see if it's actually really just one click. And
awesome.
Yeah, we will basically take this whole thing that we built to the server side, and also simply try to make it a bit more production ready. So think about things like performance, authentication. So that's like all of these things we hadn't even considered in season 1, but we will talk about them and think about them now. And yeah, try to make it as simple as possible. So there will be no reinventing of wheels, I would say, but rather using tools that are already out there.
Very cool. And I mean, authentication in itself, that's something that we always shied away from in season 1 because, right? Yeah. Like authentication is always a little bit of a hassle. So you're saying this template, like, I mean, I pulled it up already, but what we get out of this, let's look at it together. Let's look at it together and see what we have. Let's just, I'll just share this entire thing. We're in Vercel right here. If you click on the new project button, this is where you end up. We have, like, as at Dingy, we use Vercel pretty heavily, and I didn't want to show you like our entire project list, but this is our regular Vercel account, and if you go on new project, then you get this, like, so we're just going to go in here and search for SuperBase. SuperBase. And then we have the SuperBase starter.
Yes.
Let's see what we have.
We have NextJS. That's what we want to use. Perfect. We have SuperBase, obviously. That's what we're already using. Perfect. We have Tailwind. We have ShadCN, which we are already using. Wow. And we like it. So, like, honestly, I think Vercel, they must be a fan of the show. They watched the show and decided,
I hope so.
they decided to make our lives easier. Like, this is the only way I can explain this, because they basically took everything we want to use and now they're giving it to us at the click of a button. So I really want to see how that works.
Okay, hold on. So the premise is you go to this template, just to get this straight.
Yes.
Then you get all of this stuff like a pre-configured Next.js with app router, middleware, client server, it just works, ! You get SuperBase SSR, a package to configure SuperBase's auth to use cookies. All right. You get Tailwind ShadCN, and you get deployment with SuperBase Vercel integration. Environment variables automatically assigned to the Vercel project. Okay.
So basically, what I would expect if we click the button, and potentially a few more buttons, I assume. I mean, what we need in the end, we need a project in Vercel for deployment. We need a GitHub repository. We need a project in SuperBase so that we can handle authentication, but also create tables in our database.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the main components we need, right?
There is SupaBase, like this thing that is usually like, well, outside of Vercel, I would say.
Exactly. So usually I would know, go to SuperBase, create a new project, then within the project create a new database, create tables in that database, then configure authentication, blah, 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 blah.
That's what we did with our first project, right? And then like grab the project code and put it in a config and do all of that stuff.
And that was nice. Like it was good, but it kind of sounds like it just became easier. So let's see if it works.
All right.
Let's do it.
I'm just going to hit this button.
Hit the button.
All right. Okay. You're almost done. I love that. Okay. So we'll stick it into our company Git just to make sure. So, all right. So virtual bookshelf v2.
Yay.
We all are super good at naming
Maybe
stuff.
make it public? I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Oh, that is true. Oh, but it's just already... It's doing stuff.
We can make it public later. It's doing stuff. What is it doing? Preparing Git repository.
I don't know. Oh, add storage. Add a store. Hold on, I can still change it.
Yes.
Awesome. So let's do this. Oh no.
Oh, now it's called...
I fucked it up.
Huh?
Oh no, now I just... Hold on. I think it probably did create the repo already. And I wanted to... No. Hold on. No. We're going to name this differently. Let's try again. Virtual bookshelf v2. And then on Dingy Studio.
But now the name changed again.
Okay. Let's do it. We'll get it done. No worries. Let's see. Yeah. I kind of thought that this was happened because I just created it already. Like, it doesn't matter. Like,
Just use the one you created.
Yeah, but then then I'm not in this thing anymore.
Ah. Okay.
Anyway, I just call it like, it doesn't matter. Because I really want to see what happens if you go through this wizard.
But then remove the check mark.
Yes, that's what we want. Thank you. Okay, creating this thing. Okay, so now it wants to add SuperBase as a backend. Yes, please.
Oh, yes, please.
Oh, Lord. Okay, so we'll move this to the EU. Your current plan covers all of the stuff. Awesome. Free plan. Sure. That sounds great. SuperBase. Let's just give it the same name, I guess, like season 2. Right?
Yes.
Create. I mean, it's pretty amazing what sort of stuff is going on behind the scenes here. So if they said they were going to, like Vercel is going to work with SuperBase or the other way around to make this like a first-class citizen, then they really doubled down on that, I would say.
Right? I did not expect this level of integration, I think. Like that you literally do not have to leave the Vercel dashboard. That's wild.
That is super wild.
So, well done, Vercel, I have to say. That's really nice.
So so now this is just doing stuff and it's trying to do its first deployment.
All right,
NextJS 15.01. That's probably like the latest, I guess. Also really curious how long it will build, like how long it takes.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like Oh, it's already linting.
Ooh.
This is probably just a regular NextJS build, right? I guess.
I would think so, yeah.
Deploying outputs. It made it this far. That's kind of cool. There. Congratulations. Instant previews.
Confetti.
Wow. Amazing. Okay. Continue to dashboard. So here we are. All right.
Cool. So we have a deployed NextJS app, right?
And it's like, yeah, and it's connected to a repo. I mean, I just used this button to go to the repo, I suppose. So here we are, 2 minutes ago.
Good.
This looks great. Okay, clone and run locally. Awesome. Oh, but this is probably not the... This is all of the steps that it actually did for us, I think. You know?
Right, yeah.
Like this public... So, let's just clone this and see if we can get this to run on my local machine in an like similar fashion. So, okay, here we are. What do we have? Again, we have our env example. Let's just open this up in code and see what we have over here.
Yes. So I think that's where, yeah, we need to add things. So that's probably what Vercel did in the background for us.
But
in the deployed version, right?
That Vercel, like, they have this fancy command that is called Vercel env pull. And I'm really wondering if... Okay, let's try. I just want to see if this actually, yeah, does what we want. Dinky Studio.
What?
It found the project. Yes, we want to link to it. Let's try this again.
No.
Created. Yes. Yes, that's what I was looking for. Because this is so, like, this is really nice. Like, Vercel is, I have to say, like, it's of course like this walled garden of amazing developer experience, but it is amazing developer experience. So, okay, then let's see. Let's pull up the terminal in here, I guess, and let's just see if we can. I guess we have to at least run npm install, like normal people. Not sure. Let's just.
But hey, this is like just pulling that env file. That's amazing. So
that's cool, right?
Just like true magicians at work at Vercel, I think. So that's pretty nice.
All right.
Run it.
So we have all the keys.
Yes.
I don't know. Let's just go npm run dev or whatever.
Yeah.
Starting. Ready. Are you serious? Okay. Woof.
Amazing.
And now, I mean, check this out. Is this dynamic?
Head over to the sign up page.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, okay, I'll do Nils at test 1, sure. I don't know. Suggest a password? Yeah. Sign up. And now? Thanks for signing up. Please check your email for a verification link.
Check your email.
Whoa. Okay. Very sorry, but I have to turn off my screen sharing for a second to pull out the email link. And this is very, very cool. All right, so I don't know how, but it actually sent me an email. I guess that this is something that SupaBase does, like powered by SuperBase. And now I get like this confirm your email link.
Wow. Yes.
go to it. And it redirected me back to my local host.
And it says,
Now check
hey,
this
Nils
out.
test 1 at Dinky Studio. That's so we actually
This
got
is my user.
authentication out of
This
the
is
box.
completely
just
nuts.
by
I have to say. Like, this is on my local, right? Like, this is here, like my local browser. And it took us now, what, like 10 minutes to get through this while talking?
while talking and being completely amazed by it. So I expected nice things today, but this really exceeds my expectations, I have to say.
This is really crazy.
What
And so
I would
now-
like to see is where is
Yeah.
the SuperBase project that was created for us? Because you never
Okay.
like explicitly created a project, right? Like Vercel did that for you. So
Let's
is that
see.
also like linked with your
It totally is.
here it is.
Okay, this is, I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm just a humble fronted developer slash UI designer. But this is, I have to say, this feels a little bit almost, I almost feel hacked. Which I'm not, of course. But so I'm sure, like, I was just logged in with my SuperBase account on the same credential, or like maybe we probably connected my GitHub account with SuperBase before, and so they matched it up behind the scenes or something. But still,
Yeah.
this is
So
cool.
now I think you can there should be like an authentication section somewhere in
In
SuperBase.
SuperBase?
Yeah.
Oh,
Authentication, maybe?
there it
There
is.
you are! That's why. That's oof. Yeah.
I was just looking for it like, because I was in the table and I thought like old school SQL habits. Like I thought there's like a table here, but no, there's like a dedicated section for this.
Yeah, I think that might actually be. Oh no, they have a display name now. That's amazing because I remember using SuperBase authentication in the past, and
Yeah.
they only supported the UUID and the email. So then you had to create your own users table
Oh, I see what
where
you're
you
saying.
had to map the UUID to a display name. But it looks like they now have a display name, which is
They
nice.
even have a phone number, provider
Dope.
type, last signed in. This is awesome, really.
That is awesome.
And so,
Cool.
yeah, in here, like, I don't know, we have like a regular NextJS app going on. There's a Tailwind config already here, like,
Uh-huh.
even with
Ooh.
fancy configurations and radii and wow, Tailwind Animate is even cool. All right. And then we have like, well, I mean, let's start with basic stuff. Like here's the app router. There's a protected route that we're on right here, /protected. So this page that I'm looking at right here, I don't know, let's just do something. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all.
There it
There we
is.
It really
Nice.
is local. What do you know?
So
I
that's
just
super
hacked
cool.
into this part. That is super
I
cool.
think we got everything we wanted to see today. And I saw there was like more checkboxes that Vercel suggested for us. So maybe next time we will just kind of go through it, see what else they want us to do, because so far it worked pretty well to just do what they wanted us to do, right? So maybe we can continue with
Exactly.
that next time. Then I'm a big fan of cleaning up. So maybe next time we go through all the boilerplate code that is in the application now. I love starting with templates. What I don't love about it that you end up with so much boilerplate code that you, don't really use. So I would love to throw out everything we won't be using.
Agreed.
And then, just like create a table for our books in SuperBase and kind of try to get back what we have so far in our single page application and see what that would look like as an SSR application.
Perfect, yeah.
Cool.
I'm really excited to actually just go through the boilerplate and see what their opinionated idea of an app like this is.
Yes,
right? Like using the
totally.
technologies, how they put it together, and how that might be different from what I usually do. And then we can just use the next week to decompress on our excitement and to calm down and look at this in more detail next week. Yeah. But
I
this
don't
was
want
a
to
great
decompress.
start.
I'm excited about this. I will continue to be excited about this because that's dope. Like, you know, that's what product development should be like. What web app development should be like. Like, why do we have to keep doing the same stupid, tedious manual tasks over and over again, like copying envars or something? Like, yeah. So, no, this was great. Well done, Vercel. Thank you. And I'm really excited to see what else they have in store for us.
And this is probably almost production ready, I guess. Like, if this is not just an opinionated template. This is a collaboration between the two platforms, I would assume that a production deployment of this does it runs on the global CDN. It's set up for proper authentication. So there is probably like a level of security in here that not you and I had to invent or misunderstand or whatever. And just the option of having all of this taken care of to go in and make stuff now to just push onto main and have this be like a production ready deployment. That is really crazy. I have to say.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice.
Thank you for this session today, Judith. I'm really looking forward to the next weeks.
Yeah, me too. This will be fun.
Thank you, everyone, for watching our first episode of season 2. We're excited. We hope you like where we're going with this topic and are eager to follow along. As always, please support the channel. Like all the YouTubers say it, and we're going to do the same. Please hit like and subscribe. It totally helps us. Also, let us know what you would be interested in seeing. Maybe you follow along at home and clone the same template and see stuff you don't like. Let us know. We're happy to go on to those issues a little bit too and see if we can untangle something there. And other than that, see you next week with a new video.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.